Alright, so the very first Dragon Ball movie is called Curse of the Blood Rubies. Do you remember this one?
Nope.
So basically, according to Wiki, this movie is a retelling of the original first arc of Dragon Ball, but instead of Emperor Pilaf as the main villain, it is King Garumas. Yeah, so basically this entire movie is a retelling of Goku and Bulma's first adventures, but they changed the villains around. So it's kind of like a recap, but it's retold in a way.
Oh dear, this is a Dragon Ball movie.
Yeah.
Right, no, I've definitely not seen this.
You've not seen this?
Not seen it. No.
Oh yeah. But yeah, there are...
It's weird because, do you know when you watch Dragon Ball Z, it's so hard going backwards to Dragon Ball. It's
the
so
original.
difficult.
It wasn't so bad for me. It was kind of nice seeing what the cast looked like when they were younger again. Like...
Yeah, because you're getting like you're entering a whole new world.
Yeah.
Without getting Dragon Ball Z.
But yeah, it's basically, if you've seen the first 13 episodes, it's basically that, but it's just slightly better animation with some of the battles, like Goku and Yamcha and all that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And I just was so indifferent to it. The thing I didn't like about this film was they changed the voice actor of Goku. So in the original Dragon Ball, I don't know the voice actress's name, but it's a very distinct voice. But for this movie, it's a different voice. And it was really jarring. Yeah, it's the dub. Yeah.
Okay.
It's really jarring. He's very high pitched in this version.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and it's just a bit strange. I don't know. It's like a newer. I feel like it's more recent because they didn't dub it until like the 2000s apparently. Because it was released in the mid 80s, but I don't think we got the dub until 2000 and something. So there's that. So this version was dubbed in 2010, but the movie actually released in 1986. So we didn't get an official dub until 2010 for this movie. I think because it was one of the older movies that they couldn't be bothered. And the voice actress for Goku is the same voice actress as Luffy, Colin Clickenbeard, so...
Then who does Krillin's voice?
It's still the same voice for Krillin. It's still Krillin's voice.
Is it? Oh, no, I'm thinking of the Japanese version.
We gotta fight before I can eat fine by me!
Yeah,
what do you think of that? Yeah, that's Luffy.
It's the old one.
Yeah, me too. It felt... His original voice feels more in line with his age, because he's 12 in this, but he sounds like he's an 8-year-old in this movie, which is very distracting.
Yeah.
But there's some nice colours in this film. Like, look at this shot. Like, I was pretty damn impressed with, like, the background art in this.
Oh my. I miss this type of art style.
Oh, poor Yamcha. Let's see what the final fight was all about. I barely remember this because I binged all these movies back to back like weeks ago. Well, a week ago. So this is the first time me like re-watching it. But yeah, I have no opinion on this film. It had nice animation and that's it. I think the villains are pretty forgettable. I prefer Emperor Pilaf than these villains. I don't know why they decided to change it around, but I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Nice animation, but meh story.
Easily forgettable. That's probably why it takes so long to dub it, because no one was interested in it. Probably.
Yeah, pretty much. But let's get to the second Dragon Ball movie, and this one is called Sleeping Princess in Devil's Castle. Do you remember this one?
Nope. Not seen any of the Dragon Ball movies.
Not seen this one. Okay. So this one, doing my research, had some pretty interesting things. Okay, so basically this movie is literally in between the first saga and just before the very first World Tournament. So It's kind of once again a retelling of when Goku and
Not yet.
Krillin first met one another, and they basically have to find a lady for Master Roshi to impress him in order for him to want to train them. So they go on this huge journey to try and find this princess lady. They go to this like place, nice background there, and Bulma and Yamcha are trying to find the two boys, and they just do a whole lot of stuff, and then Bulma gets kidnapped by this creepy guy and a vampire man, from what I remember, and I think there's like a twist where it's revealed that there isn't a princess and they were just trying to lure young girls to their castle. So Goku and Krillin team up to take down these creature people. Again, it's just another forgettable film, if I'm being honest, dude. It's I barely remember anything from it. Another thing they did, they once again changed Goku's voice actor for this one. So I don't know why they did that. So it's not the same voice actress from the first movie, but it isn't the same voice actress from the original show, so it's a completely different voice.
Oh no, not my jail, not again! Please, no! Oh my gosh! No, no, no!
Man, poor kid.
What do you think of that voice?
I think that's worse. I don't know. I think
it's
the audio
worse?
quality is so bad.
Yeah.
Quality sounds bad. It's like he sounds like his voice recording is somewhere else.
Yeah, it's pretty poor. It's very, very poor. I think this is the only movie not to have a Blu-ray version. So I think what you're seeing is like the VHS tape or the DVD version.
That doesn't look that bad for a stretched out resolution screen. Or
Oh, it's
whatever.
not stretched out because it's a film. They film in the original 16:9 ratio, so nothing's stretched
Oh, of
because it's a
course.
movie.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, forgettable film. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. I think it was worse than the first one.
Wow. Okay, can you imagine going to the theaters to watch a 40-minute film?
No, 44 minutes.
That's crazy.
It's mad, dude.
Yeah, now it's like the usual length, like an hour and 30. But 44 minutes, that's crazy.
So while I do these reviews, let me talk about how much they made in the box office. First movie made £6 million at the box office, because that's in pounds, not dollars. I made a mistake there.
Okay.
And the second movie made £7 million, so it made a bit more.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, how many Dragon Ball movies were there?
So there were 3 in the original Dragon Ball series. So the next one is the last movie in the original show, and this one is called Mystical Adventure. Have you seen this one?
Nope.
You've not seen this one? In my
I've not seen
opinion,
any Dragon Ball movies.
I think this is the best one in the original one. So this
Chaozu.
movie is set in between the World Tournament saga. It's kind of, again, just like with the previous two, it's a retelling of the sagas, but it's condensed.
I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of that reboot stuff.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like they're retelling their arcs in movie form, but they're changing it for some reason. So I just don't get it. I think they're doing it to try and bring in new people into Dragon Ball. But if
Yeah,
they
so they're
watch
going
this
to get
film
lost.
and then they watch the show, they're going to be like, what? So basically, this film,
Yeah, that is.
out of all the movies, well, out of the 2 of them from the original series, combined the most. So you have these 2 characters, if you remember them, from the Korin Tower saga. And then you have the Tien and Chaozu arc, all mixed in with this World Tournament saga. So you're bringing in like about 20 episodes into this 40 minutes long movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so basically it's just that same saga where Tien is a bit of a prick, and you know, he's on the villain side. If you remember, he was on Master Roshi's
bad guy.
opponent's side. And In this movie, Chaozu is like an emperor for some reason, and he's not an
Yeah, I've
emperor.
just seen that.
Yeah.
That's how I'm like that way. Is that Chaozu that I just seen at the start of the film? It was weird.
Let me try and find the scene where. Okay, so there he is. So he's kind of the ruler of this land in this movie for some reason, but he isn't that in the original series, so that's very confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, this is forgettable, dude. It had some nice animation, I'm not gonna lie, and I did like the third act because Chaozu has this moment where Tien kind of betrays him, and he realizes he has no friends, and then Tien feels bad for him, and then he learns to stand up to this guy.
Strike! Oh, Flame. So this is how you repay me? Well, perhaps you were the wrong man for the job.
Anyway, overall, this is a 5.5. Has better animation. I like the Chaozu and Tien arc in this film. It's a retelling of their original story, but I think I slightly preferred the drama in this one. A little bit more.
What was the main story, the main plot of this?
Mystical Adventure is another retelling of the Dragon Ball story. Goku and Krillin are training with Roshi for a world's martial arts tournament to be held in the country of Miffin. Chaozu, who is the emperor of this place. Mystical Adventure ends the original Dragon Ball movies. This movie made £5 million. So a bit of a drop. A bit of a drop, yeah. With that said, let's go to the very first Dragon Ball Z movie called Dead Zone. Do you remember this one?
Dead Zone? I thought it was the Tree of Might, no?
Nope. It's called The Dead Zone, movie 1.
Oh.
Have the power of the dragon.
I don't know, I've not seen it.
You've not seen this one?
No, I definitely missed it then.
So, the movie. Garlic Jr. kidnaps Gohan for his Dragon Ball to use it for his wish for immortality. And when Goku arrives prepared to save his only son, Garlic Jr. prepares for his ultimate goal of revenge for the death of his father. Do you remember this film?
Yeah. How good was it?
Very forgettable. But the animation was, again, nice. I think it was a big step up from the third movie that we just saw. I barely remember anything from this film. This film ties into a filler arc in the Z series.
That's interesting. Movie connected to a filler.
So Dead Zone is the only film that takes place after the end of Dragon Ball and before the beginning of Z. This film and Dragon Ball Z's Coolest Revenge are the only two Dragon Ball movies featured on the Dragon Ball timeline in Daizan Shu 7. But
Are you saying it's also very forgettable?
yeah, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I barely remember these films.
Let's talk about the ones that are the most memorable then.
I'll just like skim through all these. Yeah, I don't remember this one, so let's go to the second one. The World's Strongest. I think because I treat these movies like filler, so I kind of turn my brain off watching them.
Yeah. I'll honestly say, like, the movies around Cooler and Broly, they're much better.
So, The World's Strongest. Dr. Kochin resurrects Dr. Wheelo, who was presumed dead after an avalanche. When the duo set out to take over the world for their evil plans, Goku and his friends do all they can to protect humans. I think this is the longest movie so far. Out of all of them, it's an hour long this time.
59 minutes is pretty impressive, yeah.
Yeah. I like the beginning part with Gohan and
Gohan.
Oolong finding the Dragon Balls. I like how they incorporate Oolong in these movies. Because ever since Z began, this character is barely in the show anymore. And I kind of like him.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the Jacob of the Dragon Ball series.
Or Lee from Naruto.
I was gonna say Jacob. Have you seen the Fantastic Beast movies?
No, of course I've not seen a Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, okay, so he's kind of like Jacob from that film.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just like an ordinary guy who's just whisked away on this adventure, essentially.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I like the first half of this film. The villain fights were interesting, from what I remember. Bulma
What was the
was.
stake? How big were the stakes?
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like
films?
all the films to me, I feel as though there's no stake to me. But
Oh, but like usually it's like world domination, destroying the world.
yeah, these guys are trying
These
to.
enemies don't seem that strong.
I think one of the villains were trying to control some of Goku's friends to make them bio warriors. I think
The what warriors?
the bio warriors. Yeah, and then they fight and they save the day, from what I remember. Yeah, forgettable.
I think honestly most of them are until Goku gets his Super Saiyan form, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's
And
just.
then it's mostly about the fights.
Yeah. So this movie made £8 million at the box office.
8 million.
Yeah, this movie, The World's Strongest. Yeah.
So that's much better than the last film, the Dragon
Yeah.
Ball series.
I think it's the highest so far. But let's move to the Tree of Might. So, space pirates plant a tree capable of consuming all of the energy on the planet, and the heroes must stop them. That's the synopsis.
This film is so weird.
Yeah, it is pretty weird.
This is the longest film as well, an hour.
Yeah, it's nearly an hour and a minute long. Oh yeah, I remember this
Turtles
guy
is
was
a
in it.
weird-
Who's
yeah,
this guy
Turtles, yeah.
again?
Turtles.
Yeah, that's it.
Turles, something like that.
Yeah, I actually thought this was Goku's brother that died in the first.
Probably.
Yeah, Turtles. Turtles.
Turtles.
Yeah.
Turtle.
Yeah.
Not turtle, but he's turtles.
Yeah. I just don't really have an opinion on this film.
Or a bad villain, in my opinion.
Very forgettable. Very forgettable, dude. Yeah, a forgettable movie. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. So far we're off to a rough start with these movies.
It is rough.
I'm sorry, dude. These films are rough. Like, if they weren't so short, I would have skipped them, if I'm being honest. But let's see how much it made, regardless. This movie made £6 million, so a lot less, 2 million less than the previous one. But now let's move on to Lord Slug. Do you remember this movie?
Lord Slug.
Lord
Actually,
Slug.
no.
Super Namenikian named Lord Slug comes to invade Earth, and only Goku can stop him. Ooh.
See, that's another theme I don't like. It's always Goku. It's never
Yeah.
Gohan. It's never Vegeta. It's always Goku. I like Goku, but too much.
This movie has the best third act, in my opinion. I loved it. I loved the music in this. It gave me like such an early 2000s punk rock vibe. It was very emo, with like the dark blue sky and just how serious things were, you know.
I think that would have been with Falcon as well.
Yeah, I think so. It was just very gritty, this fight. And I was just sitting there. I've never seen Dragon Ball Z before, but for some odd reason, watching this fight gave me flashbacks of Toonami. I don't know if it was the color palette of like the dark blue sky and these bright colors, but just something about the way this movie looked in the third act felt very nostalgic to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the art style. It's everything, man. Because if you think of Toonami, you would always have Dragon Ball Z in your head. Like they pair together so nicely.
And I've never seen Dragon Ball Z before, but just something about this just was screaming Toonami. And I liked it. I liked how serious things were. Like, this villain was just trashing the towns. Like, I mean, he became Ant-Man from the Avengers
Ant-
when he became super big.
He came
Yeah,
from
he
Ant-
became Ant-Man. Yeah, I just liked how serious everything got, and even though it was filler,
Yeah.
I liked the intensity. You know,
Like Goku's voice acting as well.
Yeah.
It's
Piccolo was
amazing.
he ripped his ears off and all. I was like, oh gosh, like, because I think
Why did he do that again?
this dude's he has an interesting power where I don't know what it is, but if you listen to what he says, something happens to you. I don't quite remember. It's an interest. He has a unique power, but I don't know what it was. Let me just play this scene just to get context.
Okay.
You die first. How's that sound? Hey, why are you laughing? You're about to die. Why'd you do that?
Go on! Listen carefully! I want you to do what you were doing when Icarus was dancing earlier! Hurry, go on! You've got to remember! We were
Oh, okay. Sorry. I made a mistake. So in the beginning of the movie, now I remember, Icarus and Gohan are doing a dance, and they're clapping, and this triggers Piccolo for some reason, and I have no idea why. Why is Piccolo triggered by Gohan's dancing and clapping? And then towards the end of the movie, we realize that we get it.
Super Namex have super ears!
You'll pay for this.
So basically, I think the high pitch whistling that Gohan made when he was dancing in the beginning was damaging Piccolo's ears, and it's because this guy is super huge and he's got super big ears. It's very sensitive for him, so that's why Gohan was able to defeat him.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, because of that, Goku was able to take him out, and it's the only final act that I remember because of that one thing. And then Yajirobe just comes out of nowhere being like, hey guys, I'm happy you won. I didn't get hurt. So it's all good.
Would have been over. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the movie. Best movie, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, I liked it. So far, dude. So far.
So far. Okay, that's
So far.
easy. Yeah.
It was just so funny. It was, and also the final battle was very serious. I liked how this Nemanic, let's just call him Green Man Bai, the bad
Dude, how is it so hard for you to take
Namakian.
No, you're not even trying. You're not trying.
It's a tongue twister, dude. But let's see how much money this movie made in the box office. This movie made £11 million at the box office. Yeah,
Wow.
it did. Yeah. It's the highest grossing movie so far. It came out in the year 1991 as well. Big year for movies. Big year.
Oh, yeah. This is only for Japan, right? It wasn't coming overseas.
Yeah, just
It
Japan.
wasn't just Japan. That's
Yeah, 2 billion yen equals to £11 million. It didn't release on
So
Blu-ray and DVD until 2001 on VHS and DVD, and then they remastered it in 2011.
Oh, they remastered the movies. I didn't know that.
Let me read a little bit of some trivia. So these were presented in a new widescreen transfer from the original negatives with a 16:9 aspect ratio that was matted from the original 4:3 ratio. So basically, when they released it on DVD, they basically cropped it, but then when they released it on Blu-ray, they went back onto the cells and then remastered it, cleaned it up, and used the original framing, which was 16:9. It's weird. So basically, when it was released in cinemas in Japan, it's 16:9. Then when they released it onto VHS and DVD, they cropped it as 4:3.
Yeah.
And then when they released it on Blu-ray, they went back to the original Japanese version, cleaned it up, and then presented it in the original 16:9, essentially.
That is so cool. That's actually. What if they lost the password? What if they lost the password to like access those files?
I
Or
have
what
no idea. Because these were all cells,
that's
so it wouldn't have been that difficult to clean it up. You just, you know. If it was released on tape, then that's a different story. But
Sorry.
I feel like cells are the same as film stock. You just go onto the actual prints and just clean it up and all that. I don't know. But yeah, crazy behind the scenes right there. On September 16th, 2008, as part of their double feature line, this new set featured a brand new widescreen transfer from video post and transfer, and a new audio mix for the English dub featuring the original Japanese score done by Shunsuke Kikuchi, in addition to the old mix featuring the American rock bands and the Foul Connor production score.
Bruce Faulkner, dude.
Yeah.
Quick question. So it had both.
Yeah, so
Japanese
basically,
and Bruce Faulkner?
yeah, so it was the first one to... So if you buy the Blu-ray, you can actually play the original Japanese score or the Bruce Falconer score.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see. I thought you meant they were mixing and matching in the
The way
film. Like,
it's
here's a bit of
written,
Japanese-
it looks like it, but
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. But that's that. Highest grossing film so far. Let's move to the next one. Cooler's Revenge.
Here we go, dude.
Do you remember this movie?
What? Yeah, dude. It's awesome. Look at his character design as well. It's so damn cool.
Okay.
This is cooler.
In case the people at home don't know what this movie is about, let me get a brief synopsis. This movie was also released in 1991. The same year? Seriously?
Wow.
The fudge? So they literally released this film 4 months after the previous one.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, so
I don't.
so Lord Slug was released in March 9th, 1991. And then Cooler's Revenge was released on July 20th, 1991. Yeah. Same
How
year.
much did it do in the box office? Fine.
So for Cooler's Revenge, this movie made £11.9 million. Almost 12 million.
Wow.
Yeah. It made
no
even more.
Wonder they were milking. They were milking that franchise.
They were milking it, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. They were milking this boy. So, Frieza's older brother Cooler travels to Earth to take revenge against Goku for Frieza's defeat on planet Namek. So this movie, how do you think about this film?
I think it's this one or the other cooler film where Goku charges up and he's literally healing everyone while he's powering up. It might be towards the end of this film, I'm not sure. Is this the one where he goes Super Saiyan?
Let me fast forward just to see. There's Goku. He's charging up there. I don't see him healing anyone so far.
It's when he turns Super Saiyan and then he's literally just healing. Oh, look at his design. Come on. Look how cool that looks.
It is pretty cool, though. No way! Yeah, the music is pretty nice.
So damn cool.
Heavy
It's so
2000s rock with this grid combination.
Ha! So this is the mighty Super Saiyan.
Whoa. I completely forgot he did that. Yeah, I forgot he did that. You're right. Yeah, this movie was good. I liked it from what I remember. I still preferred the previous one, but I like the music in this one again. It's very edgy with the music. And it's always a treat to see Oolong on board.
This is a very generic Dragon Ball Z film. Because every film, I think almost every film after this keeps the same formula, where the bad guy is super strong and Goku beats him.
Pretty much, until a certain point in the series. But
yes,
let's keep going. So Cooler's Revenge, I'll give it a... So the previous movie, I'll give that one a 6.5. This one, I'll give a 6. So now we have the return of Cooler. Do you remember this movie?
Yeah, of course. It's got Cooler in it.
It's got Cooler in it. Okay. Cooler has resurrected himself as a robot and is enslaving the people of New Namek. Goku and the gang must help.
Yeah, Cyber Cooler. Yeah, this one. That film was very weird.
It's pretty short though. Yeah, this one was pretty forgettable. I barely remember anything from it. Robot designs are pretty cool though. It's always like the same team: Goku, Krillin, Gohan, and Piccolo. We never seen Yamcha or Tien or Master Roshi. Oh, but Vegeta comes in, I think, in this movie. He's his first movie appearance. Right. Yeah.
No Saiyan blood today.
Ah.
Look at his forehead. His glorious forehead.
Glorious forehead. I've got opinions on this guy. I'll talk about him later on. I've got opinions.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. But yeah, Goku and Vegeta team up to take down the robot. I like that. I like the team up. Oh. There's Frieza.
No, it's Cooler, Metal Cooler.
Cooler. I like the black
Metal Cooler.
strips. Like the shadows or whatever they call it. I like that.
Shadow.
And then, oh my gosh, I was like, whoa, when I saw this bit. There were like millions of him. And then both of them had to charge up. And I thought we were going to see them actually fight them. Because you see them charging up. And
it would be too expensive, I think.
And then all of them are like charging. I'm like, oh, they're going to fight them one by one, back to back. Are we going to see that? Are we going to see that? No. You don't see it. You don't see it.
This scene is very creepy.
This was the first time I realized how tall Goku is compared to Vegeta and everyone else.
He does look short. Oh my.
The height difference.
Yeah, this is creepy. This like the next segment. Oh, it's weird.
Yeah, this entire gave me, I don't know, it was very Star Warsy, like this scene, like very Star. It gave me that vibe. And Goku does what he does best. He charges up and he takes that bad guy down, and then he saved the day. The end. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I like the battle. I like the team up of Vegeta and Goku. That was nice.
Yeah.
But
it does fall off around the second half.
Yeah, it does. It really does. I wish we got to see that fight with Goku and Vegeta against those hundreds of, these guys. Yeah. That would have been awesome. Seeing it in the cinema, Yeah. So,
production would have been costly.
This movie, released on March 7th, 1992, made a whopping £13.6 million at the box office.
And I believe that's the last time we see Cooler as well.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because the next movie is Super Android 13. Do you remember this movie?
Yes, I do.
So this movie was released a couple of months after the Cooler movie.
That's crazy. Just a couple of months later. That's insane.
I mean, they're super short anyway. They're like 45, 46 minutes long. So
yeah.
So, synopsis: the death of Dr. Jiro at the hands of Android 17 and 18 prompts the activation of Androids 13, 14, and 15. They try to kill Goku, who fights them with the help of Trunks, Piccolo, Vegeta, Krillin, and Gohan. I like the first half of this movie a lot. It's very slice of life. The gang
do. Me too. I like that as well. When it's their own stuff, I really like that as well. Yeah.
They're all just chilling at the mall, just socializing and all that. It's fun. It's fun. It's awesome. And then Goku and Gohan are trying to shop with Chi-Chi, and Chi-Chi's just going crazy, like shopping and spending so much money. And that's when the Red Ribbon Army androids come into view.
The android's character design is so weird. It's so bizarre.
Yeah. They are very... It's a choice.
Team 4-Star did a nub for this film, and it's the characters they used for these, the voice actors they used for these characters are hilarious.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh gosh. But yeah,
I can't wait for you to watch it.
I'll get there soon eventually. But yeah, this movie had a good first act. I enjoyed it a lot. I kind of wish the majority of the film was just them chilling. But of course, it's a shonen series. We gotta have fights.
Yeah, you need fights. Yeah, bro.
I love this scene with Chi-Chi and Krillin. Let me rewind it.
Back here, the Simpsons!
You know what? He's right.
Then what are you waiting for? Yeah, 100%.
She just kicks it.
Poor guy.
Oh my dude, I was cracking when I saw that. That was so funny. But the movie, I think it has some of the most interesting like hand-to-hand like fights. You know, there are shots where they're just fighting and the camera isn't moving. It's just all animation, which is really nice. And Vegeta's in this movie again. They fight, just like they always do. I think the villains are pretty damn forgettable in this movie, in my opinion. Designs are cool, but
is that Android 13?
Android
He's the only
13,
one
14, yeah.
And the trucker guy, the trucker android, he's the only one that is forgettable.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty damn forgettable in my opinion. But that first half was really fun. And for that, I'm going to give it a 6.5, just because of that first half. If we had more of those scenes, I would have given it a higher score. Right, on to the next movie, Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan.
What a film. Oh my days. So damn good.
In case the audience don't know what this movie is about, released on March 6, 1993. What is this movie all about?
Basically, they go to New Vegeta to fight the legendary Super Saiyan.
Pretty much that, yeah. Goku, Vegeta, and the rest of the Dragon Ball Z team search for a fabled legendary Super Saiyan, a destructive, all-powerful warrior. This is the longest movie. Let's see what the box office was for this movie. For the longest, this is the first proper movie for Dragon Ball. And it made 11.6 million, so a little less than the previous one. But this is the best movie so far. I like this movie a lot.
Do you know who voices Broly?
No, have no idea. Good voice though.
Same voice actor who does the main protagonist for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
You mean Ed?
The main character, yeah. The one with the robot arm.
Oh, Alphonse.
He does.
Oh, you mean Ed? Yeah, Ed. Sorry, no. Ed. Yeah.
Okay. He does Broly's voice.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy.
So, interesting trivia for this film. Not only has it become by far the most well-known of all 15 movies under the Z banner in terms of popularity, but it's also infamous for its use of the American rock bands for its English score. So, according to Wiki, it's the most popular movie. And I'm not surprised, it's the best one so far, in my opinion. I like this movie a lot. So it starts off with the gang, they're having a picnic, and oh no, before that, Goku and Chi-Chi are going Paris evening or something like that.
Yeah. Yes.
And yeah, Goku in a suit, he looks dapper. He looks really dapper. And Krillin's doing karaoke.
It's very important for Goku to be here, and he just bounces.
He just bounces.
He's away.
Then these guys come for Vegeta. You are the prince.
Because he's the prince.
He's the prince. And Vegeta is just, oh, my ego is bigger than my powers, so I'm going to follow you guys. You know.
I am humble.
Yeah.
These people need...
This movie was so well paced, dude. The comedy and the seriousness was all well done. I liked it a lot. Yeah, so Vegeta leaves, and then the gang all try and chase him down. We get the famous meme. I've seen this meme everywhere. I've seen this everywhere. It's everywhere. Yeah. I see it on Twitter all the time. Goku eating with all that. Dude. It's so iconic, dude. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yep. So they go to the planet Vegeta, and this guy is just saying, "Oh yes, you are our prince. Let's talk about Broly."
Oh, his backstory is stupid. Don't get me wrong, it's very stupid. He has Goku gives him PTSD when he was a child.
Found it.
Did you hear? Paragus' son was born with a power level of 10,000.
Makes Bardock's son look like a joke.
Feisty one, all right. Listen to him wail. That's the spirit.
The reason why he's triggered by that name, Kakarot, is because Goku made him cry as a baby.
Yeah, pretty much. But regardless, I still enjoyed the movie. So when they were talking about Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, throughout this entire movie, I was like, before we are introduced to Broly, I'm thinking it's who? Let me find him. Him, not him. Him. I thought there was going to be some sort of twist where it's like, oh, Vegeta, I tricked you. I am the Super Saiyan. I'm going to absorb your powers and then I'll be the legendary Super Saiyan. I was expecting this guy to maybe absorb Vegeta's powers and then for him to transform. But no, it's actually his kid that was the legendary Super Saiyan.
Dude, look at the height.
What is he, 8 foot tall?
Dude, he's a Spartan. Oh.
Character design is pretty cool on him when he gets all angry. So he has to like control Broly with this like thing, because if he doesn't do that, he just goes on a rampage.
Rampage, yeah. Rampage. He destroyed planets before, right?
Yeah, he did.
Like that.
Yeah, he's very terrifying, I'm not gonna lie.
He is.
The fights were cool, the writing was good. And Vegeta...
What, did they ever mention what happened to his tail?
Goku.
No,
Broly.
tail.
I don't remember.
About the tail got turned into an 8.
Let me just type in tail. They don't remember. They don't mention it, dude. Nope.
I don't think they mentioned it. I think it's a plot device.
Yeah.
Or a plot hole.
A plot hole.
A plot hole, yeah.
It's a pretty good fight, from what I remember. It kind of loses me towards the end, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I didn't like the finish.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of Goku just punching him in the chest.
Yeah.
Right.
But overall, it was a good movie. It's the best one I've seen so far. Yes, I do. I will say this. I did like this bit. So the gang all give their powers to Goku. Very Beyblade Metal Fury-esque. Where the characters give their powers to Jinga Hagane and he takes out the ultimate Beyblader. It reminded me of that.
I wonder where Metal Fusion's got that from.
Yeah, it's definitely got it from this. I noticed that. And that's that. That was the film. Overall, best film so far, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Maybe 7.5. Is it still low? Okay, I'll give it a 7.5.
That's still low. That's the 8. 8 minimum.
8 minimum. Okay, I'll give it an 8. All right. Let's give it an 8.
To be fair, though.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know this, but they did remake this film, the Super series.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Not a spoiler. It's because this is a filler, right?
Yeah.
Like all these Dragon Ball Z films are a filler, so they want to make him a canon.
Yeah.
So they made a whole new Dragon Ball Super Broly film, and he's a canon character now.
Oh, I see.
And that film is a 10 out of 10.
Oh.
Easily a 10 out of 10.
Well, I've got to wait till I see those Super movies. That's going to be a while.
That's easily the best anime film ever made.
But with that said, let's get to the next movie. Dragon Ball Z Bojack Unbound. Have you seen this film?
I have seen this one.
Okay, that's good. That's cool.
Was this the one after Goku's death?
Yes. I think so.
Aha, yes.
So the movie, Bojack Unbound, Bojack is a demon who was freed from prison when King Kai's planet was destroyed. Now, without his father Goku by his side, can Gohan save the Earth?
Yes.
So it starts off with a tournament, and Yamcha has a moment where he's given up. He's just sitting up there being like, I can't do it anymore. I feel like he feels defeated and deflated because Goku, Gohan, they're all surpassing him. You know, I kind of felt
Yeah, it
bad
does
for
suck.
Yamcha a little bit.
It does suck. I can't lie. See, these characters just get left behind while the Saints get all these
This
power
is the
ups. It
one
is.
problem I have with this show, is that they established like Yamcha and Tien and Master Roshi as these awesome warriors, and they just don't do anything anymore, you know? Like,
The Saiyans
I
just
would've-
quadruple their power
I
level.
was expecting after the Frieza saga for them to go on like a separate training arc and then for them to get powerful or something like that, but no, they just,
That happens. They're just so weak. They're just kept out of the story.
I know. But I like how Gohan is officially wearing the orange
Oh,
uniform
I like that.
in
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah.
I was like, I like what they did there. It's giving me Dragon Ball Z Next Generations vibes, you know, with that.
Yeah. This is Boruto right now.
I can't help but feel like the author wanted to have Gohan as the main character and for him to just get rid of Gohan, like for him to kill off Goku,
Apparently-
you know?
Apparently, he did want that, and then the fans did not like that idea because Goku was just so popular of a character. And then the author went back to having Goku as the main protagonist.
I mean, he's kind of like the side protagonist in this new arc that I'm watching now, so
He definitely is.
yeah.
He definitely is.
But Mr.
Well,
Satan,
It just.
this guy plays a huge role in this movie. He is just being him. Like,
Legend.
I'm so mixed on him. I get it. I get the joke, but I'm like, he does redeem himself
Bro,
later on. I'll talk about him later on.
He
I'll talk.
defeated Cell.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, he's amazing.
I'll talk about him later on, but
In
yeah,
my opinion, the best of Mr. Satan has yet to come,
yeah,
and you're gonna love him in this new arc.
yeah. I think I'm there, if I'm being honest, but I'll talk about it later on.
Awesome.
But yeah, they're doing their tournament stuff and they're all separated. And we find out that these warriors who are fighting Krillin and Gohan killed the original people that were meant to fight them. And they have their alternative goals that they want to do. I don't know what those goals are, but
World domination.
world domination, as you know. As always, is always world domination. Okay, this movie, it was okay, I suppose. Yamcha
alright. The
did
ending
have a
was the only
moment.
highlight.
Yeah, Yamcha did have a moment with Tien when they were tag team. They
Oh, my
tried.
God.
They tried. Like, at least he tried, but it didn't last.
He keeps getting clowned.
it didn't last. So they were left to Gohan to take him out, take those characters out.
Yeah.
Piccolo tried as well. He tried, but wasn't enough. Vegeta keeps saying
the
that.
people that should have. It's Trunks and Vegeta should have pulled more weight, in my opinion.
It's a shame that he can't use the same technique Goku uses. You know, that instant transmission or teleporting
yeah.
technique. They can just teleport them to like a different place, but it is what it is.
This here, let's put the music on.
Let's get the music. Okay.
I know your kind. Take our planet.
And then I believe Goku makes an appearance as well, no?
Yeah, towards the end of the fight. I don't know how he made an appearance though. Oh no, he doesn't.
No, before that maybe, when he's in like normal Super Saiyan form. I think he's like telling Gohan to go Super Saiyan 2 or something. I don't remember.
Something like that. You're probably right there. I can't. Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
Here he is.
Here we go.
Here he is.
Wake up. The world is depending on you, Gohan.
Also like Yu-Gi-Oh soundtrack in the background.
Yeah. The speech was very use the force, Luke.
Yes.
Yeah. But it was cool. It was cool to see Goku. And yeah, that was pretty much it. you know, that's all I have to say with this movie.
It was alright.
Yeah. I think I'll give it a probably
A 6.
I was going to give it a 5.5. I think that's pretty much where we should stop for the movies, because I want to talk about the main storyline. And then
Of
we'll...
course, yes.
Yeah.